Today, we're turning fast food into a luxury 3-course meal. They say fast food can't be fancy, but we're gonna attempt to prove the critics wrong. There are 2 simple rules. I have to use every part of the meal. Nothing can go to waste. And because fast food is fast, there will be a timer to keep me honest. We're gonna start with the most iconic fast food, McDonald's. We have a McCafe. Cameraman ordered this and it appears that he wants me to transform breakfast. Hash brown and a sausage egg McMuffin. No ketchup? Makes it easier on me, but what can I turn this into? Let's see what's in the sausage egg McMuffin. Okay, this one is unsauced, might be usable. The egg patty, what am I gonna do with this? The sausage patty that already has some cheese on it. And then this piece of English muffin that already has the American cheese glued to it. So I'm gonna have to be creative here. I think I know what to do. First things first, I gotta prep our ingredients. With the sausage patty, I kinda want it as a whole, so I'm gonna scrape off the cheese and put it into our blender. I'm planning on making a different type of cheese sauce, so this should work. Now that our patty is pretty clean, we'll set it aside. And let me try to take this off. It's pretty stuck in there. I'm gonna have to just live with it. That looks good. I'm gonna have to figure out something to do with this. But in the meantime, I'm gonna pop the hash browns and our English muffins in the oven a little bit to crisp up. Now for the egg patty, I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna do with this piece of rubber, but I think we can incorporate some extra protein into our cheese sauce. So I'm gonna break up the egg whites and drop it in here. And we're gonna save the egg yolk for something else later. Okay, that's all I can scrape off. Not bad. Okay, now for our cheese sauce, I kind of want to do some type of toast. So I've seen a lot of fancy brunch places make ricotta toast. So we're gonna blend up their cheese with some fresh ricotta. But I'm gonna keep this plain because I think we're gonna go for a sweet and savory breakfast. Because when you can't decide what you want, why not have both? Okay, let's add some lemon zest. The rule was that I have to use every single piece of the meal, but it never said anything about adding. So this lemon zest should brighten the ricotta cheese sauce all up. Ooh, that smells so good. It's gonna have such a bright flavor. All right, let's cap it up and give it a whirl. The American cheese seems to be stuck on top here, so I might have to add more cheese just to get it down. Okay, let's hope that the American cheese will actually blend together. Well, part of it blended. Ooh, but it is a nice creamy sauce. A little bit runnier than I want it, so I'm gonna mix it with some Greek yogurt. How do the restaurants get their ricotta so creamy? Now it's thickening up to be the consistency I want. Perfect. Okay, it's still a little loose, but I need it to firm up, so I'm gonna throw it in the fridge real quick while we work on the sausage. All right, before I do that, let me go ahead and check on our hash brown English muffin toast. Oh, it's looking a little brown. I better take it out. All right, this piece of toast looks perfect. I already know what I'm gonna do with this. This one, I still have no idea what I'm gonna do with it, but we have time to think. The hash brown is stuck, and it's not as crispy as I want it. So these two are going back in the oven. Sausage. I'm not sure yet, but I need an avocado. No brunch would be gourmet or fancy if there wasn't an expensive avocado toast. So I'm gonna make something with avocado. I'm thinking I might do an avocado rose and throw back to like 2018. Let's peel this. I think we can do like a stack on top of the hash browns. I could cut out the sausage, do an avocado rose on top, and then use the ricotta sauce since it didn't get as thick as I wanted it to, make that like a sauce. But then what do I do with the English muffins? Let's just start cutting our avocado rose. And I haven't made one in so long. I think I need to look at a TikTok for a tutorial. Okay, so we have to get a really ripe avocado, make teeny tiny slices, and then just fan it out and then twirl it somehow. Yeah, I'm mushing the side of it. Okay, now we roll it as tight as possible. And it's coming together. Whoa! There's our avocado rose! I'm so excited! Okay, let me place this over here. Oh man, 7 minutes left. I'm starting to run out of time. Our hash brown is crispy and our English muffin is also kind of rock hard, and I still have no idea what I'm gonna do with this. But this piece right here, I'm thinking we're gonna make it sweet like a strawberry honey ricotta toast. Unfortunately, my ricotta didn't have time to chill and thicken as much as I want it to, so it's kind of a runny sauce. We're just gonna spread it like jam. This will be more like a crumpets vibe. And then we got some strawberries. I'm gonna cut it up. We'll arrange it beautifully like a flower. That's so pretty. I definitely feel like a lot of food feels more gourmet because of their plating, because it looks so pretty. Not necessarily because they have better ingredients, but in most cases, it's probably better than McDonald's ingredients. Let's drizzle a little bit of honey. And then we have one part of our course down. For our hash brown, I'm gonna use it as a base for our little canapé here. We're gonna cut 2 little circles. I actually think I'm gonna cut the sausage and just lay it right on top of here too. Haha, cute. The rule was I have to eat every part of the meal. We'll just give this to cameraman later. Okay, but let's put the avocado rose right on top. And it's already looking like a wedding appetizer. We still have this guy to deal with. I think I'm gonna grind it up. Oh no, the egg and the coffee. I'm gonna turn it into something iced. Salted maple cloud on top. Let's make the cloud. Let me just whip it up real quick. And we have our whip. No time to waste. Let's get the coffee and ice. Now let's top it with some of our maple cloud and sprinkle it with a pinch of salt. I'm almost ready for service. Let's plate. I tried. Usually they have like the sauce dragged out and looking all beautiful, but it's harder than it looks. And then with our extra English muffins, I crumbed it up and we're just scattering it over. Then we're gonna decorate it with some fresh herbs and pea tendrils to make it look fancy, randomly scattered and placed. And just from putting down the herbs, it already looks so fancy. We added our potato crostini bites, and then we're gonna drizzle it with more sauce, some salmon roe. I didn't forget about our egg yolk here. We are going to just grate it right on top of the potato crostini. And last but not least, every fancy plate needs to have some edible flowers. But would you believe that we took this and this, oh yeah, and I forgot the coffee, and turned it into this. That was such a challenge and so much fun. Now let's start comparing our ingredients to our final dish. But here's the thing, I actually heard that McDonald's has really good coffee. Well, let's test that. For black coffee, it's not bad. I usually don't do black coffee, but it's not acidic, it's roasty, it's balanced. Not bad, I like it. Now let's see what happens when it becomes a salted maple cloud latte. Oh, that makes an excellent base for this. It's mapley, it's sweet, it's creamy, and it's salty. Every little thing that I wanted all in one. Now where do I even start? Okay. Now it's like our crostini. The only thing that's missing is ketchup. I'm not even gonna hate on this because it's actually really good. But did I make it better? Let's try our strawberry honey ricotta toast. Does the McDonald's English muffin bread actually work as a base for this? We'll soon find out. Oh, yeah. There is a little hint of saltiness somewhere in the English muffin, which throws me off a little bit, but overall, this tastes incredible. The whipped ricotta is lemony. The strawberry with the honey drizzle is super sweet. If I didn't get that bite of salty cheese on the corner, this would have been 10 out of 10. Instead, it's 9.5 out of 10. But let's see my little canapé here. I don't even know what to call this. It looks like something that would be served at a wedding. Now the question is, how do I eat it? I feel like wedding food is like a one bite thing. This feels like I need a fork and a knife, but it's pretty. The inspiration for the egg came from that viral grated egg hack on TikTok, and so you know what? Apply it where it works. Whoa, that was incredible. The saltiness from the salmon roe paired with the creamy avocado and then the crunchy hash browns. Oh, honestly, I feel like the sausage got kind of lost in there, but it still really works, and I think this looks super gourmet and fancy. I'm gonna let you guys decide, so smash that like button and comment below with what score you think our appetizer course deserves. Keep watching, because if you thought this was good, we still have our main and dessert course coming. Okay, that last challenge was too easy. So I sent cameraman to surprise me with the more difficult challenge. And while he's doing that, I'm gonna finish this and popping in my earbuds. This part of the video is sponsored by Raycon. These Raycon Essential Open Ear earbuds keep your ears open while still giving you crystal clear sound. So I can still hear what's going on around me, like when cameraman comes back. I guess I should clean the kitchen too. Let's put on my sound check. They're super lightweight, 36 hours of battery life, all day comfortable, and they actually stay put even when I'm running around the house cleaning. everything's gnarly. And here's the best part. I get the same premium audio quality like the big brands, but at half the price. There's already over 3 million happy customers, and they even have a 30-day happiness guarantee. Black Friday's right around the corner, and Raycon audio products are 30% off site-wide. Kitchen looks pretty clean. Now back to my first course. Click the link in the description box below or go to buyraycon.com/honeysuckleopen to grab your pair and to support the channel. Cheers! This was so good. But, oh, I think I hear cameraman coming in. No. For our next course, we have Chick-fil-A. Let's see what cameraman ordered me. By the looks of this, it's either water or, lemonade. Polynesian sauce, love that. And a sandwich. Did he forget the fries? I will take that because we have their chicken sandwich to work with. Let's go ahead and dissect this thing. Inside the bun, I have, of course, our crispy chicken. They don't do much to the sandwich, do they? And then we have 2 little shad pickles. What am I gonna do to you that also incorporates this and possibly this? All right, let's get 20 minutes on the clock and it starts now. My fried chicken is falling apart just a little bit and it's getting kind of soggy, so I think I need to re-crisp it up. So we're gonna pop it in the oven and figure out what to do with these. Okay, so I'm feeling inspired by chicken and waffles, except I don't think these buns will waffle very well, but maybe I could take it into a different direction and turn them into savory French toast. Definitely not with the pickles. Okay, these are probably too ugly in its original form to be used as a gourmet, so I'm gonna cut them into sticks. They will be soldiers. Okay, let's set that aside. Now I'm gonna make our egg mixture. I've actually never made a savory French toast, but I'm gonna start with the usual base, which is just an egg, some milk, and to make it savory, I'm gonna add a splash of soy sauce and possibly a little bit of sesame oil. And then instead of cinnamon, maybe I can dust it with some garlic powder. Let's whisk it up. I mean, it smells good. Okay, now let's soak our bun stick. This dish is looking very browned so far. Okay, I'll let it do its thing. In the meantime, I need some greens and color in there. I have some scallions. I've seen fancy restaurants make these like green onion flowers, and I have this gadget right here that hopefully will work. But I basically cut the onion and then I stick it through this pin right here, and it should shred it into very fine slices. Oh man, super sharp. Ooh, is it doing what I want? Look at these flowers. Look at these beautiful flowers. Ugh. Okay, this is taking a lot more time than I need. How much do I have left on the clock? I better hurry up. I need a bowl. I need a bowl. Get some ice in here. Let's dunk these in, and they should curl up to be very beautiful. Okay, let's cook off our French toast sticks. To a pan, I'm just gonna add a little bit of butter. We have 12 minutes left on the clock. We got this. It'll go fast. These are getting so soggy. They smell really good. Somehow these rounded pieces outside are turning out to be the best ones. Okay, these French toast sticks are getting toasty, so let's get them off. And I'm thinking with the pickles, we're gonna do those Parmesan pickle crisp. Let's throw in some shaved Parmesan, and I'm gonna sandwich the pickles in between them, and then it'll get nice and crispy. Okay, I think we're just gonna have to let these cool and crisp up in the back. Okay, now let's address the chicken. I have the Polynesian sauce. How about we give this a little bit of KFC action? No, not like the Kentucky Fried Chicken, Korean fried chicken. Okay, let's first drop the sauce in the pan. Okay, let's see how sweet this is. Ooh, it's tangy. Then I'm gonna add soy sauce, sesame oil, rice vinegar, and some gochujang. Okay, let me turn the heat on low, whisk it up, and then once it starts to thicken, I'm gonna add some butter, and then we're gonna toss in some grated garlic and ginger. This is gonna be such a nice glaze for our chicken. Delish. Let's coat our chicken. Oh my goodness. This smells and looks incredible. Okay, last thing, I don't want it to get soggy, so back into the oven it goes. Okay, and now with 3 minutes left, let's do something with this. I have my blender, and I'm gonna fill it with ice, add in our lemonade, and I think I'm gonna turn it into a Brazilian lemonade. Maybe we'll go for more of like a Brazilian slushy. Let's put half of a lime, and then a drizzle of condensed milk, and then we're gonna blend it all up. Honestly, it's looking like a margarita or an icy freeze. This looks so good. I love the speckles of lime in there. It's time to play. I'm running out of time. Let's lay down our French toast soldiers. I'm gonna do like a crisscross action since they're not super stable. That's looking more like a French braid. Our beautiful Korean fried chicken. This is not looking very gourmet. I have this seasoning called togarashi with some black sesame seeds that'll add some color. And then let's put our green onion curls right on top and hide that spot. We'll put little dollops of sauce here. And then I still feel like something's missing. I have these things called finger lime. This should add a nice freshness to the dish. And this is nature's caviar. Our pickle chips. There you go. Add some height to the dish. And finally, our Brazilian lemonade. 30 seconds left. We got this. That does not look gourmet. And time is up. Does that look gourmet or does it look like a hot mess? I don't know. But would you believe we took this and this and this and turned it into this? This is what I call a Korean fried chicken soldier plate. Along with our Brazilian lemonade, which I'm so excited to try. I'm still gonna use the Chick-fil-A straw. And now it looks like Christmas. That is so good. I've seen the Brazilian lemonade on TikTok, but I've never tried it before, and it's sweet, tangy, creamy. Let me see how it compares to the regular lemonade. Oh yeah, we completely transformed this into this. But now for our Korean fried chicken with French toast soldiers. It's gonna have to be a fork and knife type of situation. Dip it into our sauce. First off, did you ever imagine eating Chick-fil-A with a fork and knife? This just seems so bizarre to me. Let me get some of that poppin' boba lime in there. That is so good. Whoa. The popping lime bursts in your mouth and it just kind of gives this like a nice acidity that kind of mellows out the spiciness of the gochujang, but it's salty, it's sweet, it's crunchy. I have to try our Parmesan pickle chip. Oh yeah. I mean, this of course deserves a 10 out of 10, but I can't rate all of my food 10 out of 10, so you guys comment below and tell me what you thought about the Chick-fil-A transformation. And now for our dessert course, let's see what cameraman surprised me with. Of course, a pink drink and not one, but 2 cake pops. I mean, that's dessert in itself, but what can I do with these? This always kind of looks like Pepto-Bismol or a cheesecake to me, so let's move in that direction, except not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with these. Set the timer. Okay, I need to separate the drink and the ice from each other. The strawberries, I definitely need to pick out later. But the ice pebbles, technically it's just water, and some of it already melted into my drink, so I'm thinking I get a free pass on that one. But now, I think I need to reduce our pink drink down to be like a syrup. Okay, this will probably take like 5 minutes to reduce, so while it does that, I'm gonna chop up some strawberries. Fresh ones. Ugh, there's like this white foam from the coconut milk on there. Stir it. But I'm hoping that the sugar from the juice will thicken up like a syrup. Otherwise, I have another plan. Okay, our pink drink has reduced by half, but it's still not thick. But I'm thinking now would be a good time to add our strawberry because hopefully that'll kind of cook down and thicken it up. I'll also add our freeze-dried strawberries. The white foam on top is making it look kind of unappetizing. But I'm hoping it'll cook down like a jam in 1 minute because I need to move on. Okay, it's starting to do what I want, but just for some extra insurance, I'm gonna add a cornstarch slurry to thicken it all up. Yes. Okay, now let's set this in the back and let it cool. Look at that sauce. That's gonna be so good. Okay, I have this cute little, I guess you can call it a personal sized cheesecake pan, but we're gonna use this and I'll have to line it with a graham cracker crust. So let's crush some crust. Just some graham crackers. Now I need to melt some butter so this sticks. Okay, let's pour it in here and then I'm gonna mix it again until it's nice and crumbly. Wait, should I add the cake pop in here too? I feel like the coating is gonna ruin it though. Okay. We need to figure out something to do with the cake pops. Okay, perfect. Pour it into our mini pan. That looks like a lot, but let me just press it and turn it and make it stick. It's a little wet and crumbly, so I think I'm gonna have to toss this into the oven for a couple minutes just so it firms up and dries out. All right, now we're gonna work on the cream cheese base, and since I'm running out of time, we are gonna make a no-bake cheesecake, which now I need to bloom some gelatin first. I didn't save any pink drink to bloom my gelatin. But luckily, I found a use for this leftover ice. Technically, it's melted, but I'm gonna use the drip to bloom our gelatin. Okay, I'm gonna sprinkle like a teaspoon of our gelatin on top of our pink drink. and let it bloom for a minute. But now I'm gonna add some sugar, vanilla extract, then half a block of cream cheese into our bowl. I need to loosen this up somehow. Let's make it pink. I just want a little bit of juice. But also I was thinking, since the pink drink has coconut milk, I'll add a little bit of creaminess in there and let's whip it up. Whoa! Okay, it looks a little thick, but I still have to add our gelatin, but I have to cook it up. So let's nuke it for 15 seconds. Okay, let me add our gelatin in and then I'll keep mixing it. Okay, it's starting to look kind of pink, but I think I want to add some strawberry chunks in there. I'm just gonna use half because we're saving this for later. I have a really good idea on how we can use those cake pops. Oh, I almost forgot about the crust. Just in time. Hey, it looks like a pink drink now. Okay, our crust is cooled, and then I'll pour our cream cheese mixture in. I just get all the strawberries in. It's like a little surprise in there. Now all that's left to do, stop the clock. I have to chill this. It doesn't count. It's been about an hour and my cheesecake should set by now, but I need to decorate our plate and I have a little idea for this. I always see the fancy restaurants putting little dots and drops of the sauce, so I'm gonna try to do that. Hey, that works. You know what? Forget the clock.
A masterpiece cannot be rushed.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do with the cake pop. I'm going to, first off, take the stick out, and then we're gonna peel off the coating. I'm gonna use the candy coating shards to decorate here. Just scatter it all around right here. Since there's various sizes and shapes, I'm gonna break it down even further and make it look artistic. Picasso. Wow. Let's unmold our cheesecake. This part is scary. Push it up from the bottom. Okay. Phew. And now I gotta take it off of this metal thing. Oh, that looks so good. I still have a little bit of our strawberry pink drink jam. I'm gonna top our cheesecake with it because it's looking a little plain. Oh, yes, beautiful. That is looking exquisite, but I need to use the rest of the cake pop, so I'm thinking I will break it up even more and turn it into a crumble. This is not so much a crumble as it is like a dough, so maybe I will add some of the white chocolate in there. It's so doughy. I feel like the cake pop crumble ruined it and it doesn't look as gourmet as it should, so I think I will need to decorate it with something. I have some flowers growing in the front, so I plucked a few of those off. And now we'll just kind of hide the crumbles with these flowers to make it look a little more luxurious. Did that even help? I don't know, but it looks Instagrammable. But would you believe that we turned this and this into this? Honestly, this might have been my favorite one. It was a little challenging. I wasn't quite sure it was gonna come together, but it did beautifully. And the only question left now is that, does it taste as good as the pink drink or the cake pop? Oh, look at that stuffed cheesecake inside. The strawberries are just spilling out. That is so good. That was insane. I taste a tiny hint of coconut in there. Oh my gosh. And then the strawberries are just bursting. The cheesecake, even though we didn't bake it, has the exact same texture as you would with the normal cheesecake. And this, honestly, is just perfection. I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. But if you guys want to see me transform other fast foods or even frozen food or anything else, let me know in the comment section below. And then go watch me test fast food versus TikTok recipes. Bye.